What's up, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss videos when I upload. Firstly, I would like to apologize for not uploading any videos the previous week. Life happened, but yeah, we're back now and I'm excited. So today is Tech Wednesday and I want to talk about technology. But then this is going to be a topic filled with opinions because I'm talking about the Surf City National Command Center. Yeah, so I don't know if you're aware, but on Monday, the Home Affairs Minister went to tour on the construction site for the National Command Center. Well, it's a beautiful building. Yeah, really exciting to add the glow to the city. Yeah, so it is a $210 million US project. That's according to the information that I've gathered. Well, don't quote me on this, but this is just information that I found on the internet. I am excited in that I think it will really help prevent crime. There are surveillance cameras almost everywhere. Like sadly, we have spots where there are no cameras. So let's say, so there are security cameras along the ring road, for example, but I haven't seen a security camera inside Chilenje, like Mkati mwa Chilenje, like in Chilenje or in Chalala, like the residential areas, as in inside where we have hidden corners where people can commit crime. Yeah, if we want to monitor vehicles and traffic, yeah, that makes sense. The reason why this is exciting is because I really do believe that it will help prevent crime, especially as somebody who has been a victim of such crime that I believe would have been solved with just the use of CCTV. So last year during Chandana K, or the Kopala experience, yeah, I got robbed. So somebody entered the vehicle and stole stuff. Unfortunately, where we were parked, there was a security camera there was a surveillance camera, CCTV, but it wasn't good enough. So we literally watched how I was robbed, but we couldn't do anything because the camera was shitty. Like we couldn't even zoom in to pick the number plate, and yet at some point it was in the open. Yeah, but then from the photos that we saw on the internet, it looks like this is really some high-tech stuff. Like, I mean, if you look at the camera along the road, or if you haven't seen them, like if you saw the cameras, you would know that they really look high-tech. Here's my worry. Just like any other Zambian project, chances are in the next 3 to 5 years, we as Zambia will not be able to maintain this technology or maintain the infrastructure, right? Because, well, we know how things are. Somebody benefited somewhere, there's something that's going to be left out that was supposed to be in place before you know it is breaking. Yeah, because such projects, looks like there are loopholes for people to benefit themselves. Otherwise, it really is a good project, and I believe it can help control crime, yeah, and solve crime. Like people would be afraid of doing certain things because they know, well, what if I get seen? If I'll be captured by the surveillance cameras, I'll obviously be caught, so they can prevent such. But then, well, even countries that are way ahead of us with such technology still have crime, so crime evolves. Like the more you advance in putting in measures to prevent crime, the people who commit the crime also advance in ways of avoiding your measures of preventing it. So yeah, but it is a good thing. However, I really do think we have other problems to take care of. Look, yes, it's fancy that we have Surf City National Command Center. That actually sounds dope. Like, ooh, feels like you're watching an FBI movie, Homeland Security kind of stuff. So yeah, it's dope, but I really think we could have done better, like something else with that money. Here's an example. Just a few weeks ago, there was a photo trending on social media about kids that were seated on the floor in classroom. Yeah, which is sad. We could have used that money towards getting desks for schools. Yeah, I don't even know how much crime we have in Zambia at the moment. These cameras have only been installed in 4 cities, I believe. That should be Lusaka, Ndola, Kitwe, and Livingstone. It's an ongoing project, so eventually it will cover the rest of Zambia. We don't know when that will be, but yeah, it's good. But at this particular moment, at Zambia, where we are, I think we should have focused on solving other problems first. I don't know about you. Maybe you are the type that can afford going to private clinics and the like, but our health system is still terrible. Just a few weeks ago, there was issues to do with drugs that expired on shelves. Do you know what could have solved that problem? Technology. Instead of investing in technology to do surveillance or monitoring, we could have done technology to improve the tracking of drugs. Every drug has a manufacturing date and an expiry date. If you have a system that captures the manufacturing date and the expiry date of drugs, meaning at any given point you would know what drugs are likely to expire soon, right? Maybe they have a system. MSL may have that system, but obviously due to funding, I don't know, is MSL government? I'm not so sure. So this is just a thought that came up as I was talking. I should have researched on this, but yeah, let's just say MSL. Whether it's government or not government, but if they have a system like that, then it's not effective. But then if it's not government, then we would say, oh, that's a private system. Then the government should have invested in a system that should help track that. So let's say Health Facility 1, which is in Kabwata, has boxes of this particular drug, which is expiring in 2 months. Because you have a system that is showing the drug usage at any given time, you're able to know what drugs are likely to run out soon, how many people have been coming for those particular drugs. So you're able to have history of drug usage over time, right? So it's able to show you, say, if these drugs are expiring in 2 months, then they are likely to expire on the shelf. So we're better off take them to another health facility that may not have those drugs, because you have a system, a national system that is tracking drug usage and expiry dates and such information. That means you will be able to know which drugs are not enough in one facility, and then you're able to move drugs from that facility, take where they have less of that particular drug, swap drugs basically to avoid expiry. We had drugs that expired, that's money wasted. Most times when you go to the health facility, right, you have a health condition, you are told to say you need these drugs and these drugs. In most cases, there is always drugs that are missing. So you have to now go and buy the drugs yourself, right? Improving our health systems, that's my point, like improving our health systems, right? By investing in good technology that will help us handle such things like tracking of drugs, right? To avoid drugs expiring on the shelves. I still feel like the 210 million US dollars could have been used for better things, like buying desks for those schools that do not have. I really do believe we could have done a lot with such amount of money. I'm not entirely blaming the government for making such an investment towards national security. I think national security is important, but hey, we are not Congo. Okay, we're not Congo for us to be worried about, let's invest in national surveillance system. No, we're not Congo. We're not. What other country has war at every given time? Sierra Leone. We are not that. We're Zambia. I really do think it is a good move. I accept it's a good thing, but I think even in the house, when you are in the house and then you are looking at your budget, right? There are certain things like we can do without this, and then we can do without drinking juice every day and buy more toilet paper. I think it's more important. Choices like that. Like we can choose not to subscribe to Netflix and use that money to buy nutritional products. So you see, stuff like that. So we always need to check which is more beneficial or which do we need at any given time. That's the thing that we do in homes, right? Everybody does that. So as a nation, that's something that people should be doing. Like even at the time when that project came up, I think we still had other pressing issues. I feel like most of these big budget projects, especially projects that ordinary Zambians do not really understand well, like I never even knew about this. I only came to know about it like 2 days ago. Such things, like, I feel like they're just loopholes for people to steal money. It's sad, but then, yeah. So what do you think? Do you think investing in this self-city national command center was worth it? Like, is it worth it? Do you think, when you look at Zambia, you do think that, out of all the other problems, other challenges we have, that was a good move? Look, man, there's so much that we could do. This is the rain season. Have you been to town? We have a shitty drainage system. If we don't have a drainage system, maybe that's the best way to put it. Like, we literally don't have a drainage system. That's something that could be worked on. Sanitation is important. Yeah. So when you work on, for example, you work on your drainage system, right? Like in town, the way it is, you minimize the chances of people getting ill. Look, almost every year we have an outbreak of cholera. Oh, we haven't had that this year. Interesting. Yeah, anyway, yeah. So if you fix things like your drainage, for example, you minimize the chances of people getting sick, right? If people don't get sick, they don't stress your health system, which is already poor, right? If that money was not enough to buy chairs or desks in all the schools, they could have bought in some. Yeah, one step at a time. Just like they've decided to install those cameras in 4 districts at the moment, they could have done that for just a number of schools. We could have easily used the money. If it's not enough, we could have done some works on the drainage system in Lusaka, which would then ease the pressure on our not doing so well health system. So yeah, so I would like to hear your views. What do you think? Was or is investing 210 million US dollars in the Safe City National Command Center at this time, right, of Zambia, the right move by the government? Or do you think we could have used such amounts of money to do other things, like other invest in something else that would have improved the livelihood of Zambians? Yeah, so man, I would like to hear your views on this. This is not scripted, so I was just ranting all over. If it's not in order, please do forgive me, but I would like to hear your opinions on this. I think if you've been around Lusaka, you will notice that the cameras are not like all over where you would say yeah, but then they're in, most of them are in the roads, like in the roads. Those spots without those cameras are the spots where crime will happen. So do you think there's something better we could have invested that money in? If so, what are some of those things you think the government could have focused on? Like, do you think this is the right time for us to have such systems? Please do leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share the video. Otherwise, until next time, stay happy. Remember, COVID is not done.